Let me give you some insights into how to structure a business that can scale to 100,000 a month, okay? The way that you scale to 100,000 a month is first and foremost, I would not do membership. Okay, I'm gonna blow your mind with a couple things and challenge you on your way of thinking. I would not do membership. I would go one core offer. And by core offer, I would mean something with a premium price point. You wanna have one core offer that you wanna charge a premium price point for. So it can be $1,500, it can be $3,000, it can be $5,000, okay? You have that one premium offer and you are going to be the sole source of delivery within the product. Meaning you're going to offer 2 group calls per week on Mondays and on Thursdays, or on Wednesdays and on Saturdays, whatever time works for your schedule. And you're gonna offer one-on-one messaging support as well as a community inside. School community works perfectly fine for this. And the way that you sell it is really simple. You take traffic, which comes from Instagram, it comes from Facebook, it can come from TikTok. To be frank with you, it can just be one of them. Just be focused. You send them to a VSL, which is a 20 to 30 minute long video that you can pre-record, which I'm sure you've done really good VSLs. You have one. You build a VSL that takes them over to the value call funnel where they schedule a call and you do the 30-minute call. You've used this before and you've followed the script and you close deals left and right. And when you talk to the individuals, they buy. They either buy or they don't buy, and then they go into your program and you have I call it a one-way play. You fulfill for them using one core strategy for every single person, right? Henry Ford, the founder of Ford Motors, has that really, really famous line. He says, you can have any color you like of a Ford car as long as it's black, right? Why is it interesting? Because he was the one who perfected the assembly line model, how to ship out thousands and thousands of cars on a daily basis by having one simplified model of servicing every single car that gets built. You need to have one fulfillment model where every single person that wants to come in and make money online, to learn how to use social media, who wants to grow in their faith, they go through this one fulfillment model where section number 1, they go through mindset as well as their walk with God. They determine what is their 90-day plan, what is their 1-year vision, their God dream, whatever you want to call it. I'm coming up with some random names, where they come up with just the vision for them and God. And that's where you can develop them from a faith standpoint. And then they get into setting up the foundation of the TikTok shop business. And then it's your first 30 days of building a TikTok shop business. And then it's how do you scale your TikTok shop business, right? It's all focused on one particular fulfillment mechanism rather than having it in bits and pieces where it's just teaching on everything and it's just an extremely unstructured course. And then when it comes to the fulfillment of the group calls, you can have general business group calls where it's going to be one group call on TikTok shop. And you could also have one group call on a weekly basis, which is focused just on mindset and faith. And that's you're going to be able to develop and serve your clients from both a faith standpoint and really feel that fulfillment, that God calling that you have to pour into them from a spiritual standpoint. And then at the same time, you also have a call that teaches them on the business side. If you have this, you don't even need to have coaches. To be frank, to be honest with you, you shouldn't have coaches because that's just unnecessary margin. And also, when you delegate to coaches, you are no longer interfacing with your clients and learning what their pain points are. That's the business. If you do that, you really just think about it. You have a business.
You could have people as guest speakers or something.
Yes, and you pay them hourly. You just pay them an hourly rate. You have a business. You do. Let's say it's a $3,000 coaching program. And you do 10 units a month, which is basically 2 to 3 people buy on a weekly basis. Totally doable. You can totally sell 10 people. I'm sure you're confident in your ability to do that. 10 units a month times $3,000, that's $30,000 a month. From that, let's say that you have 2 coaches. In addition to the 2 calls that you do, you also have 2 coaches. You pay them $100 an hour, which I honestly think you could do $50 an hour, but let's say $100 an hour. So that's $200 a week. $200 a week is $800 a month. So your hard cost in terms of fulfillment labor is $800 a month of $30,000. That's what, 3%, 2% expense to your profit margin, right? At this point, you're still taking all the strategy enrollment calls yourself, so you wouldn't be paying out commission. But when you don't want to take those calls anymore because you feel it's too time consuming, it's too draining, you hire out your first advisor to take those calls and you pay them a 10% commission, and then you don't have to take the calls anymore.